Hello, welcome to my channel. Yes, you read it right. $50,000 in debt. So I know you're probably wondering like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. How did she get there? If you want to know how I got $50,000 in debt, please stay tuned and continue watching. All right, so I'm just gonna hop right in to how I got into $50,000 worth of debt. First, I can just honestly say that I was not prioritizing my finances. If I wanted something, I would buy it. Even if I did not have the funds for it, I will find ways to purchase those items that I could not afford at the time. Also, student loans. I went to college twice, and also not having the proper funds for things. Also, not having the proper medical during a certain point in my life, so I accrued medical loans. But what I'm going to do is I do have these worksheets, so I just found like free worksheets online and found the ones that I would like to use. I'm not necessarily going to be doing the debt snowball method. I'm going to be doing a little mixture of the debt snowball and the debt avalanche method. And you will see that as I continuously post about my debt and how I decide to pay it off. So I have a few of these sheets where I'm going to keep track of certain debts, and then I have some of these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some colored pencils. That way I can color in. This has 100 squares on it, and I will color them in as I'm paying off certain debts. So depending on the debt, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. And then I have a credit card debt tracker here. So I'm going to use this for one of my credit cards. I do have 2 credit cards, but I'll go ahead and explain that after I fill these all out. I will explain all of my debts that I have. So give me a moment and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill out these worksheets. Okay, I am back. So I just went ahead and filled these out. I'm going to start off with the credit card debt tracker. So as I was saying before, I do have 2 credit cards. One of them is a gas card that I have through Synchrony, and that one has like a $400 limit on it, and I don't max it out. So I pay off that credit card every month in full. No matter what the balance is, I just pay it all the way off. But this Capital One credit card, it has been a killer. I don't even remember the last time that I had a $0 balance on this Capital One credit card. So the limit on this credit card is $2,000. Currently, right now, this credit card is at $2,020.65. So it is over its credit limit, which is terrible. You never want to max out your credit card, and let alone even go over the balance. But I didn't actually spend over the balance. I spent basically up to the balance, and then once the interest hits on your closing date, then it pushed me over my balance. So this, I'm going to be actively working on paying this down. And I think for each credit card that you see, I'm going to fill it out, like how much I'm going to pay, because I don't think I'm going to pay the same amount every time. Like every time I get paid, or when I want to make a debt payment on this, I might pay a different amount. But also stay tuned for my short video, because I will be cutting up this credit card. I'm not using this credit card anymore. I'm literally going to be paying this down. I do not want to have a balance anymore, and I have to actively and take this seriously and actively work on getting this credit card paid off. And then I have some Affirms. So what the numbers you see next to Affirm, those are the dates that they are due. A lot of these are just like plain, they're just unnecessary. Like I literally was buying things that I really just did not need, just things that I wanted. And if I didn't want to wait until I got paid, I would just get the Affirm, and then I'll be like, oh, I'm going to pay it off when I get paid, and then I just don't, and then it just adds up and adds up to the point where now I have created several more bills throughout the month for myself just because I have accumulated more debt by buying things that I did not need and buying things with money that I did not have. I'll let you know on this, the starting balances aren't like where they started. They could have been way higher, and then I just paid them down. These starting balances are for today, right now, how much I owe on them. And as you can see the numbers, this one here, I don't put a starting balance because I literally only owe $42.06, which I should have just paid that off. Like, I'm going to pay that off before the 24th, and then that Affirm will be gone. I have two doing the 28th. Like, girl, what were you doing? Girl, what were you doing? So I have two Affirms that's due on the 28th. These are the minimum payments, and that's how much I owe, so I'm going to work to get those down. I have a personal loan that's at $1,100, and I'm going to be making this payment this week. As soon as I can get out, I'm going to go ahead and pay that. I actually have the money. Give me a moment. Okay, I am back. I actually have in my high priority sinking funds, I have a debt envelope, and I stuffed this, and this has $200 in it, so I'm going to use this $200 towards this personal loan, just so I can make a payment on that. And then the next video that you see, that personal loan balance will be down. And then I have a medical bill, which the last time I checked it, I believe it was like around maybe $7,000, or it could have been a little less. This is a result of me not having insurance at like one point in time in my life. So I didn't have insurance, so if I had to go to the doctor or something, like, it was literally just adding up. So make sure you have insurance. When it's time for your job to sign up for insurance, make sure that you do not miss that deadline so that you will always have insurance. So yeah, so that's around, like, I want to say $7,000. I know a couple of $1,000 is in interest. I'm going to call on Monday and get that balance. So in the next video, you will see that full balance, but the last time I checked, it was pretty high. And then I did not fill these out yet. I'm not sure if I want to use these yet, but I do want to use something for my student loans. Like, I have one large amount of student loans, which I'm going to tell you here in a moment. But they are broken down. If you have student loans, then you already know that they break them down into certain, like, categories, like unsubsidized, subsidized, and like certain ones have different percentages. So I'm going to see if I actually want to use this, or if I want to use something else to track my student loan payoff. So I'm just going to hold off on filling those out. And then now what we're going to do is I'm going to grab my calculator, and we are going to just add up the amount of debt that I have. So a total for Affirm is $815.57. My personal loan is $1127. My credit card is $2,020.65. And I just realized that I did forget something, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. This is another medical bill. I'm just going to put dental. When I got my wisdom teeth out, my insurance that I have, they paid for half of it because it was considered a surgery. And then I had to pay for the other half. I did not have a sinking fund for medical at the time, so I had to take out a loan in order to pay that. And then currently right now it's at $172.25. This is why it's important to plan, because you just never know like when you're going to need money for things. And I do believe the minimum payment on here is like 61, I believe. And then let's go ahead and add that dental bill, which was $172.25. And then my student loans. I owe a whopping $41,570.44 on my student loans. And then $2,000 of that, $2,065.78 of that is just unpaid accrued interest. A lot of times I would think like, oh, I'm not going to pay that off. Like, I'm going to just wait, I'm going to wait. And now I'm done waiting. I want to increase my credit score. I want to, do better with my finances. So I'm going to go ahead and start paying on my student loans, even though at the moment for me, my student loans are not due. Currently on my student loan account, I checked it today and it says that my next payment is not due until 2028. So I have literally 2 years at the moment that I'm supposed to be waiting, or I get the chance to wait to pay off my student loans. I don't want to wait that long. The interest is already adding up. I did consolidate my student loans, like I want to say back in 2019 or 2020. And that made my interest be at 0. So currently over those couple of years, I've already accrued over $2,000 in interest, and I could have been paying small amounts and literally been making progress towards paying off my student loans. So I will be doing that. Yes, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in the medical bill. So yeah, so currently we are looking at $52,000 worth of debt, like $52,000. I will keep you updated. If you made it this far in this video, please consider subscribing so you can follow me along on my debt payoff journey. I also have other content that I stuff sinking funds and doing Christmas savings challenges and things like that. So please consider subscribing, liking the video. And then if you are a returning subscriber, please make sure that you hit that notification bell. That way you can be notified every time that I upload a video. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.